Hello, dear aquarist, dear Discus keeper. Yes, Discus is for you important. And again, one case of a study, or I would say examination I made on sick discus fish. And for you, it's important to understand what could be the causes, but how to diagnose and how to treat accordingly to your findings. So I share you this case of discus disease that I found during my work as a fish doctor. And I collected the details in a PowerPoint and with photos and videos of my observations. And today, in the case 297, it's a discus with parasitic infections. Spironucleus, used to be called Hexamita, but also Protopalina. Two different parasites which can be having a devastating impact on your discus fish, particularly if you see it too late or you diagnose it too late. And my books on fish diseases, yes, they should help you to understand fish diseases, how to diagnose, how to prevent, and how to treat. They are available in different languages. The link is below. And here, a bunch of discus came from a breeder. You can see already this one here in the back, separating, not social behaving together with the other discus, which normally like to swim together and to group together looking for food. And some of them are getting dark in color. They're back in the corner, not normally swimming and coming to the to the window or the glass to look for food or ask for food. So some of the fish show problems, but not everyone, just a very few. And that's the ones like this one here, hanging at the surface, losing color. As you can see, the gills are heavy respiration problems. And that's the ones who are telling you there is something wrong and you have to take proper actions. That means do an diagnosis. So we took out one of the sick discus, which were really badly suffering, and we found that the gills were badly affected. You could see here on the left and on the right that gill lamellae were disrupted, were taken away. Bacterial infections was having an impact and causing, of course, serious respiratory problems. When we examined further the gut, we found that the excrements, you can see here and here, they were blocked. There were some white disc here also that here I cut it apart. But these parts of the intestine is very interesting for you if you work with a microscope to check those areas, because I will show you that we found this in those wateries intermediate areas between the excrements. We found those Protopalina parasites, and maybe very few Hexamita or Spironucleus are also here swimming next to the Protopalina. Here we see it at a higher magnification. You might maybe also see the few Spironucleus, but it's majorly here a case of Protopalina infection, a parasite that has a devastating impact on the gut or the intestine of your discus fish. Here we see it also in another part, and you can see here quite a few Spironucleus. You could see them, well, already I was moving, looking at other areas between the excrements, and we found more of those Protopalina parasites. So you can imagine all those parts of the gut were badly infested. So I show you again, so at least you could see here the Spironucleus. You can see them here, the small ones. Well, that you learn. You can see in my other videos how Spironucleus behaves, or Hexamita used to be called, how that behaves and looking quite smaller and different than the Protopalina parasites. So that's what we found in this discus fish, and the bacterial infection which we've seen in the gills is maybe secondary and causing gill rot. and causing death of the fish. I have to treat, yes, with metronidazole is one of the most recommended medications, and I would recommend, like I do in my books, combine it with pheraltadone or another similar antibacterial medication. All those medications, how to use, what exact dosage is all in detail described in my books. So that's why I make the books for you available. The link is below where you can order them. But the parasitic infections, here two parasites, are the major problem. At the same time, you can help with a functional fish food like our Dr. Bassleer, a biofish food, Lapacho, that really helps in the control of this kind of parasitic outbreaks. So my books should be helpful for you, particularly the new illustrated guide has a lot of details about discus diseases. So I hope this helped you. If not, go to my Patreon. You get more training on quarantining fish, also discus, about marine fish quarantining, about prevention, control, how to diagnose fish, all different things that I help you to become more professional in the work of fish health control. Well, since you listened to this video, I'm happy because you're concerned about the health of your discus fish. And this video might help you to understand. So follow my other videos on discus fish. I have quite a few because it's an important fish in our hobby and in the industry. And I teach you lessons, what you can encounter and what you can do about it. Subscribe. Thank you for watching.